Hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday, and welcome to Yelp's first ever Women in Business Summit. My name is Emily Washcovick, and I'm one of Yelp's small business experts. It's such an honor to welcome you all here today. We've set up an incredible lineup of female entrepreneurs, women in business, franchise owners, marketing managers. It's really going to be a packed 2 days, and we're so happy you could join us. Let me now turn it over to my co-host, Allie, who will give us a little rundown for the day.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Emily. Hi, everyone. It is such a pleasure to be here today. Thank you so much for joining us for our first ever Women in Business Summit. I'm the Senior Marketing Manager at Yelp, and pre-pandemic, similar to Emily, I would travel around the East Coast attending trade shows and conferences to educate businesses, as well as host workshops and networking events. Essentially the complete opposite of social distancing, right? We'd all be shaking hands, mixing, mingling in the heart of New York City, no less. And now, just like all of you, we've transitioned our efforts online, and myself and Emily host free bi-weekly webinars and contribute content to our wonderful business blog. It has articles on specific industries like the top 10 tips for retailers in 2021, and then some more general information like the guide to getting your first review. This month actually makes 6 years that I've been with Yelp, and it's been such a joy working with businesses side by side. I know from experience the hard work, resilience, dedication, and tenacity that it really takes to run a successful business. So thank you for not only all that you do, but for taking the time to join us. On the next slide, we look at the theme of today, which is get inspired. And whether you're joining us for 5 minutes or 5 hours, we are very confident you will learn something new. On the next slide, we take a look at today's lineup, which is filled with powerful sessions led by powerful women. One slide over, we could take a look at the exact schedule, and all the times are in Eastern time. So after our first session with Rebecca Minkoff, we're going to dive into an open discussion about racial and gender inequality in the business world. From there, we're going to take a quick break with the founder and CEO of Hey Mama to cover building careers, a business, and a family. Then we'll see in the afternoon, we're going to cover a range of topics, starting with building a movement with Sarah Larson-Levy, CEO and founder of the fabulous Y7 Yoga Studio, followed by a panel surrounding reviews and reputation management that will be hosted and moderated by our lovely Emily here. We'll also cover how to market and resonate with the conscious consumer, those values-driven customers, as well as moms, the hands-down busiest women in the world. So before we dive into those amazing sessions, we want to highlight some survey results. On the next slide, we see that Yelp sent out a survey to a group of business owners who identify as women-owned, and over 1,500 people responded. We asked, what were some of the motivators for starting your business? And we heard businesses say a range of things, from making more money to proving that they could do it, freedom from a boss or freedom from the 9 to 5, or to build out a legacy. But on the next slide, we take a look at what the biggest hands down motivator was, and it was pursuing a passion. My favorite all-time quote is by Simon Sinek, and he says that people don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. So keep that in mind when you're marketing your services or your products, and remember to tell your audience why you're doing what you're doing, because your passion speaks volumes and it does resonate with people. The survey also took a look at some challenges. Around 30% of the surveyed women said that they personally experienced negative misperceptions, specifically because of their gender, in 2 main ways. 1, their ability or competency as a business owner, and 2, their ability or expertise in the industry or field. So women are feeling the need to prove themselves all around, not just in their specific industry, but as a business owner altogether. On the next slide, you'll see when asked about challenges as a whole, the biggest one by a landslide was the difficulty that comes with managing all the details of running a business. As business owners, managers, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, and beyond, you all wear so many hats. And between today and tomorrow, the sessions that we have lined up, they are designed to help chip away at that challenge. So after we have our amazing session with Rebecca Minkoff, you are going to have an amazing lineup to follow. So we're going to get to that in just a few short minutes. But before we do that, I'm going to turn it back over to my amazing colleague and co-host, Emily Washcovick.
Thanks so much, Allie. We really have a lot of great stuff in store based on that survey feedback we got, as well as all of the incredible women we've put together. Rebecca Minkoff, as our first presenter, will be talking about a variety of things, but an exciting thing she has coming up is a new book on June 15th called Fearless. And during our event, we will be offering a social giveaway for people who can win Fearless. So all you'll have to do is follow Yelp for Business on Instagram. You'll like the post that looks just like this slide you see in front of you, and tag a friend in the comments who you'd like to share a copy of the book with. We'll pick 25 winners, and they'll each get mailed 2 copies of Rebecca's book, Fearless, one for themselves and one to share with another strong female entrepreneur in their network. So we would love to have you guys participate. And we'd also love for you to share your favorite moments from today and tomorrow on social. You can use the hashtag Yelp Women in Business. And also checking out that Yelp for Business Instagram would be a great way to stay connected with us beyond these next 2 days. That handle is an easy place to get quick business resources. It's also a great way to hear stories about other entrepreneurs and see what business owners are doing in their local markets. All right, before we jump into this first session, I have to take a minute and give a huge thank you to all of our partners. We have a handful here. First, let's start with Hey Mama. Hey Mama is a networking group full of female entrepreneurs who are also mothers. They talk about a variety of topics that matter to you, and they really provide a network of women all across America that you can dialogue with who are maybe going through a lot of the same things you are. Female Founder Collective, another great group of women who all identify as female founders. This is Rebecca Minkoff's group, so we're really honored to have both of them joining us today. They will each have their own tailored sessions. Hey Mamas will be this afternoon, and Female Founder Collectives will be tomorrow. Entrepreneur has been an incredible exclusive media partner of ours. We are so fortunate today to have Jason Pfeiffer, the editor-in-chief of Entrepreneur, join us to lead Sarah Larson-Levy's session. So definitely stay tuned for that. And then we have our event sponsors, Luminary, which is a membership-based career and personal growth platform. They have a mission to uplift, upskill, and propel women forward through all phases of their professional journey. We also have EMRG Media as an events and media company. They are one of our partners, and one of their members, Erica Maurer, will be moderating a panel later today called The Conscious Consumer. Thank you again to all of our partners. You've been such an intricate role in getting this event off the ground and making it free and accessible for all of our female entrepreneurs who can join us today. All right, a few housekeeping items for you so you can stay engaged with us throughout the day. If you take your mouse or cursor on your computer and roll it over the bottom of your screen, you're going to see a couple of things. The first is a Q&A bubble. It looks like 2 chat bubbles connected. We'll be using that to monitor live Q&A at the end of our sessions. So feel free to drop questions in there throughout the session, and we'll be sourcing those to our moderators throughout. You can also use that if you need something from us, if you're having issues. But to help prevent some of the general issues you might encounter, you should see a little button where you have audio settings. If you click the up arrow, you'll be able to modify your audio to a phone or mobile device. You can dial in, listen to us, and watch on your screen. All right, I think the last thing to mention is at the end of every session, we'll be launching 2 quick polls. We would really love your participation to let us know on those 2 answers how valuable the session was to you. This is a great way for us to continue to create and curate helpful content that is best for you and your business. All right. I think we are ready to get started for the day. If you are with us and plan to be here all day, I hope you have a coffee or a glass of water. We're going to be giving quick breaks in between sessions, but we really wanted this to be jam-packed so you could get the best and the most out of these incredible panelists we have joining us. All right, we are going to kick it over to Tara Lewis, who is a colleague of mine and a wonderful person. She's Yelp's trend expert. She'll tell you all about that role that she has, and then she'll lead us right into conversation with Rebecca Minkoff, who we are so honored to have kick us off today on day one of Yelp's first ever Women and Business Summit.
Emily, I will plug the amazing podcast that you've been working on because I know you're not going to brag about it yourself, but Yelp and Entrepreneur Media put together a podcast. It's called Behind the Review, and it is absolutely wonderful. It has a business owner and then a consumer that also reviewed that business, and there's a dialogue between Emily, who hosts it, this reviewer, and then the corresponding business owner. So you can check it literally anywhere on Spotify, on SoundCloud, Apple, wherever you stream your music and podcasts. You can go ahead and look at it there. Again, it's called Behind the Review. And then as we wait for Tara and Rebecca Minkoff, I'll also just briefly mention our blog that we start talking about at the top. But as we've seen, a few new 100 faces have joined us. The Yelp for Business blog is an amazing place where you can go to get free resources. All of the articles, webinar recaps, podcast recaps there are completely free, accessible, and available for all business owners, managers, entrepreneurs to go ahead and give a listen to. So you can go to blog.yelp.com, hit on that businesses tab, and make sure that you take a look, take a listen. There's something for everyone as far as industry, as far as category, and as far as interest level, if you want some Yelp related content versus an inspirational story.